Now, it's hard to imagine the pain and the anger suffered by our next guests. When Joan Edwards found her truck driver husband Alfred unconscious in the front garden of his home in Victoria's Swan Hill, she tried to call 000. No answer. Their son David came round to his parents' house to help, also calling 000. No answer.
All the time, Alfred was slipping away. They called the police for help, who also rang 000. Again, no answer. Only when the police drove to the ambulance station to physically alert the paramedics was help finally sent to their house. 40 minutes had passed, and by then it was too late. Alfred Edwards had died. David and Joan join us now from Swan Hill. David, your story is utterly devastating. We're sending so much love your way. Can you please, if you can, describe what it was like to go through that terrible experience and to lose your father in that way?
Well, Mum and my wife were distraught. Luckily, I kept it together a little bit. But the fact that we couldn't get any help was beyond believable. It was very frustrating.
Joan, our hearts bleed for you as well this morning. We're so sorry. Looking back on what happened, how do you feel about it now?
Oh, it's terrible. And to think that it's happened to another family also. It's terrible.
Can you explain what those emotions were like in trying to navigate through those 40 minutes?
Well, it was really hard because being in Swan Hill, we're in the town itself, and our ambulance station's only minutes away. There should be something for country people with the ambulance. It's because it's different to the city.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like to call 000? I mean, that's the number when you're in a crisis. That's what you do. You call, but for repeatedly to have no one answer.
Well, honestly, Ellie, you start to panic because you know the time is really, really important. And every minute that goes by, you've got less and less chance to anything to a good outcome. It's very frustrating.
What were you told about what the problem was?
Nothing. The police couldn't get through on their special one between them and 000. I've got in contact with the local member. The local member has written a letter to the appropriate minister, and since then we've heard nothing back. I haven't heard from her to say that they've given her an explanation, and I haven't definitely given an explanation. Nothing. Not a word.
So zilch, squat from
Nothing.
any kind of authority?
Nothing.
How's that make you feel?
Not good.
I can't put it into words on TV, sorry.
Have you have you gone around? I mean, I can't fathom how this happens. I mean, and I'm not you. You know, you must be so distraught about first of all what happened, and then to have no communication.
Unfortunately, that's how it is. I expect it from this government. They don't answer anything. Nothing.
So, I mean, it must have been almost a bit of a trigger for you yesterday. Yesterday, we're talking about Karl Grant, who lost her husband. He died in her arms. They're again waiting for an ambulance that didn't arrive. And I think her last words to him is, "I'm sorry, they're not coming." So when you saw that yesterday, knowing what you've gone through, what was the reaction?
I was delivering a delivery to Coles in Swan Hill here, and had to go and get some change for a customer, and I seen the paper and my heart sunk.
Oh.
And I thought, oh my God, not again. And then after that, I knew when Mum sees the paper and my wife sees the paper, you don't understand, it just brings everything straight back. And my day went from being a wonderful morning to just rubbish.
Nightmare.
Nothing, again, empty.
Joan, when you saw it?
When you saw them,
When I saw who.
about the people that...
Oh, yeah. No, it's terrible. Like David said, it brings you all back again. And I just felt so sorry for that lady because I know how I felt.
It's a hard one. I mean, we know our ambulance, personnel and paramedics are doing it incredibly tough at the moment, but not to have offered you an explanation, it makes it even harder, doesn't it?
Well, I don't blame the ambulance people or the police people one bit at all. It's the system, the 000 system. The ambulance people had no idea that there was an emergency. It was the system. The system doesn't work. If it doesn't work, get one that does work. They're spending millions of dollars on people dying. It's ridiculous.
How does it not work?
Yeah, so that's it. What happened? Was it that did it ring and no one answer, or it wouldn't ring at all?
Nobody answered. Nothing. Nobody answered. It just rang and rang and rang. And nothing. That was it. They couldn't. When we got the police, they wanted to know why hadn't we rang 000. They didn't even know it wasn't working until they rang themselves.
Do you know of any other cases, in your neck of the woods?
No, I don't.
No, but there has to be.
Yeah.
And
who's your local member? Because we'll start to ask some questions as well from our end.
Anne Webster, and she's done a really, really good job.
Okay.
I rang the next day and she wanted to know everything that was going on. She drafted a letter to the, I think it's Molino. And no, we haven't heard anything back. She's been fantastic.
Well, I just wonder where else it's going on, around this country. Let us know if you live or you've experienced that wherever you live around this country. We really appreciate your time today. The most difficult thing to do, get on national television and tell your story like that. Such a heartbreaking one. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day.
Okay, you
Thank
too.
you.